Hello. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. Hello. Hello. It's Monday. Motivational Monday. So I hope you're here to get pumped up. Start your week off with a bang. Yes, sirree. So hello. Let me say hello to everybody. Allure Star, and Shocker, and Sturgis Guy, and Tesis, and House of Dave, and Sam, and St. Clinton, and Eric, and Petey, and Tim, and Ryan, and Photo, and Philip, and Mark Mean, and Star Raven, and Angie Jonas, and Fairy Lover, and Lucky Girl.
Hello.
And, oops.
Thank you.
There's YouTube. Azure Yusuf, and Cram, and Marcel, and Jim Dandy, and Bill Canals and Scott Kimmis and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and I'm forgetting where I was. Let me make sure it's Angie Jonas and Sue. Let me make sure I got everyone. Hello. We got a full house today. Woohoo! Hi, Wing Doggy. I forgot what I was saying in the middle of it. So funny. Hello. So, thank you for checking in. How is everybody doing today? Did you have a good weekend? I had a nice weekend. Sue says, did you see Justin Timberlake last night on iHeartRadio? No, I did not. Yeah, I'm wondering, why is that, Linda? Linda says, usually when I have this, like, you can't see anybody's video. It's blocked over, but Wing Doggies is showing up clear. Why is that? Is there a new setting or something that I need to know about? Wing Doggy, do you know why that's happening? Do you have any idea? We can usually, like, all the little boxes, it's blocked over, but I can see Wing Doggies, and so can everybody else. I don't know why it's doing that, but maybe. Oh, he's in a car. That's very odd. I have no idea. Oh well. Again, Google it. YouTube is a mystery. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Phil Knaus. Hi, Mark Teresa. Oh, is it not working? Let me send you. Mark. Hi, Philip and Mark and everybody on YouTube. I don't know if you were having trouble getting on to Google, but I will send you an email. Sometimes Google doesn't let people, the Hangouts doesn't let people in, so I apologize in advance. I have no control over that. But hello. So how is everybody's weekend? It's beautiful and warm and sunny here. We had a beautiful, warm, sunny weekend. Let's see. I was doing, let's see. Oh, you want to know what happened? Saturday morning, I'm very, very disturbed. Saturday morning, all of a sudden, at 7:30 in the morning, I'm asleep. 7:30 in the morning, there is a. What the hell is that? Never mind. People, what the hell? There's so many weirdos out there. All right. So many weirdos walking through my neighborhood. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so I started saying 7:30 in the morning, this huge noise. There is literally outside of my window, somebody's got what, you know, those air blowers, like for doing the lawn, where they have like the blower thing. I don't know what you call it. Leaf blower. Yes, I knew there was a complicated name for that. The leaf blower. Literally, the guy standing outside my window with a leaf blower. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking out the window, and then there's a guy pounding on the front door. And I go out, and they're like, you gotta move your car, we're gonna tow your car. I'm like, what the hell? And these guys, 7:30 in the morning, they're waking me up and screaming at me. And I'm like, what? And they've got this paper that's supposed to be from the landlord saying that they're going to paint my spot into a handicap parking spot. I'm like, what the hell? Anyhow, there's a big hubbub, and I had to call the landlord and the manager and all these phone calls back and forth. Well, they had the wrong spot. They're supposed to paint the other spot. Well, do you know that there's people, what happens, there are people who are not very nice who go around. This is a small bookstore that has 4 spots, basically only employee only. But there's people who go around to small business parking lots and say, oh, there's no handicap parking spot. Sue them because they get paid money. And they deliberately go around to small businesses, people who only have a few spots, and sue them for not having a parking spot and get paid like $4,000 each time they do this. So they do it all week long, and it's like a malicious. So the landlords were like, we have to have the parking spot painted and take away. So now instead of four spots, they only have 3. They never have any handicapped people in the bookstore. There was nobody who was having a problem, but now they've lost 25% of their parking lot. And somebody got paid like $4,000 and basically like hijacking the parking lot. Now it's an empty spot that nobody can use. Linda says, and how do they get, well, they can just walk in the door, or, I don't know, wheel their wheelchair in, but so, but they didn't have one, and they're probably not really required to because they're really old. But the point is, it wasn't because there was an actual handicapped person having a problem. It's because there's these people who do this. They're like vultures who go around to small businesses and just make lawsuits all day long to get paid. So that was very annoying. Disturbed me all day long. And then after that, the flower bandit came by again in the morning. And she came by on Sunday. And I stopped her. I stopped her from picking the flowers on Saturday morning. And she's like, one. I'm like, no. She wouldn't leave. She was like, I want a flower. I was like, no. So that was very disturbing. I hate when, like, you feel like people are taking advantage of you. And this lawsuit with the parking lot thing that they had with the owners and everything, that is people taking advantage of the system and, like, gaming the system. Because the people that are doing the lawsuits, they're not handicapped people with problems. They're people just, like, looking for loopholes in the law to take advantage of people. It's like people all over today. Weird. And then I did a whole bunch of yard work. I did like 3 hours of yard work on Sunday morning. Mark Teresa says nothing a spray can and a black paint can't fix. Mark says, yes, it's a scam and they sue, and it's a total scam, and it made everybody very angry because everybody felt like they just got scammed. So, but I had a nice romantic dinner on Saturday night. Some salmon, of course. So at least that part cheered me up. That was the good part of my weekend. How was everybody else's weekend? I didn't get to see any movies. Right, I did a lot of yard work. And this time, the flower bandit came by today already. Every day. Sometimes twice a day, but every day. Sunday morning, I was gardening, and I was watering the alley garden. I was standing there with the hose, watering the garden, and I look up, and she's at the far end of the alley, like she's going to come down. And I look at her, I point the hose toward her, and I go, ch-ch, and I spray water in her direction. She's too far away, so I can't get to her. But the threat is implied. You come down here, you might get sprayed. She turned around. She didn't come down the alley. I felt like Clint Eastwood. I felt like Dirty Harry. I was like, yippee-ki-yay. I got my water hose. No, well, I don't think she came back yesterday. She came by already today, and at least once on Sunday, and at least once on Saturday. David Jones says, do you have a hammer? No. Oh. Yes, that's it. From now on, I should resort to physical violence. Resort to physical violence against the demented 93-year-old lady. That doesn't sound right. No. Wing Doggy is like on a mobile something. He's traveling. He's got like traveling cam. He's showing us all up with his mobile capability phone. There's so many people like wandering around out there. I got the windows open so I can hear everything, and there's like people just are back and forth. I feel like they're like right in my house. It's very weird, and you hear the noises. You can hear somebody's footstep right outside of your window. So I keep jumping up. Maybe it's just because I have the windows open. So, Motivational Monday, I'm talking about me the whole time. I'm supposed to be motivating you to get ready for the weekend. I'm talking to you, Angie Jonas. Oh, speaking of motivation, I want to give a big hooray, applause, clap for my mother. Has lost 15 pounds. She was very excited. She was doing, I don't know the exact name of the diet she was doing, but it's, no carbs. Vegetables, egg whites, chicken, or fish. Kind of, a healthier version of the Atkins diet. Vegetables, egg whites, fish, chicken. No sugars, no sauces, no fruits, no fake sugars, nothing. Just vegetables, chicken, fish, eggs. And she's lost 15 pounds in 5 weeks. So she's very excited because, as you know, she's older, it gets harder. The older you get, the harder it is to lose weight. She's very short. She's about 5 feet tall, 5'1". And so weight shows up when you're small. She felt like she was becoming round because she was so small that she's just getting round. So she's lost 15 pounds in 5 weeks. That's pretty quick. Angie said she was discouraged yesterday. Angie, we all have those days. Hopefully you will be encouraged the next day. And yes, thank you, Mark Tradeson, Star Raven. So my mother still, she wants to lose another 15 pounds, but this is a very quick, she's doing high protein, she's drinking protein shakes, using protein powder, so very high protein. I'm trying to encourage her to now walk on the treadmill and do some hand weights to get a little like oxygen into her muscles and bones, because when you get older, you know, you have to worry about your bone strength and your muscle strength, and it's very important for women, especially older women. If you want to get the blood and the nutrients and the oxygen into your muscles and bones so you don't have to worry about osteoporosis, you need to move them, because it's the muscles of the movement of your muscles that squeezes blood and nutrients and oxygen into your bones and your blood. So you need, like, even if you are like 85 and you started doing really light 1 pound weights, 1 pound on your back, your shoulders, your arms, it increases your bone density. It can have a dramatic improvement even if you're 85. So it's never too late to start. So that was the motivational speech I was giving my mother. Sorry, even says yes, vegetables are important, but it was a mixture of vegetables and protein, which is low carb, high protein, but not. So Atkins, when they came out, Atkins was like, oh, you can eat bacon and steak, and it's a very like heavy animal foods and high fat diet, and that's hard on your kidneys and everything, especially on the long term. So it's a little gentler if you're doing egg whites, vegetables, chicken, or fish, as opposed to a lot of red meat and bacon and stuff like that. That can be that's hard on your body as well. John McCain has a stupid question for us, and it's not even Thursday. What weighs more, a pound of rocks or a pound of feathers? They're the same. They both weigh a pound. It's just the size. A pound of rocks is going to be small. A pound of feathers is going to be big. David Jones says, Atkins diet put a lot of all-you-can-eat restaurants out of business. Yeah, well, it goes against logic if you think like, okay, I can eat all the bacon I want, and that's healthy. Well, that's not exactly right. Marcel says Atkins is a crash diet. Well, this is like a modified, a smarter version of Atkins, which would be vegetables, egg white, fish. You know, you can have a little bit, but everybody knows that if you get too much, if you go to the extreme on anything, if you eat, 20 pounds of beef, that's not good for you. The same way if you go to the extreme and drink 2 gallons of water. Water is good for you until you drink 2 gallons all at once, and then it'll kill you. So you have to remember logic and balance. Marcel says he still prefers a pound of feathers on his foot. This both going to be the same pound. And Allura says, well, Allura, that's not just Atkins. That's all processed food, frozen foods, packaged foods. Allura says they're high in sodium. That's true. The way that they preserve things where it's going to sit on a shelf for 6 months or a year or whatever, soups, condiments, frozen food, entree, any pre-processed package, super high sodium. Oh, it's not just Atkins, or it's anything. Some of these things are really good. Like I'll look at Trader Joe's, they always have the tasting things, and sometimes they have these really tasty, like they're in a tinfoil pouch, and they'll have some like really yummy something pre-made, and it's supposed to be healthy. Sometimes it's like an Indian food or something really good, and then you look at the sodium thing, and it's like 1,000 milligrams. I'm like, So it's anything that's pre-packaged processes. That's part of the preservation is extremely high sodium. So John McCain says, have you seen the bacon wrapped pizza? No, I have not. Marcel says crash diets. Yes, it's true. I don't believe in diets or crash diets because Marcel has a very good point. When you just go on a crash diet and do some crazy diet for a month and you lose a bunch of pounds and then you go back to your normal eating habits, you're going to gain that weight back. You really have to, instead of dieting, instead of thinking the word diet, and diet's a really annoying word. Nobody likes to diet. It's more like changing your lifestyle habits into a healthier lifestyle. You have to change your eating habits completely and not diet. So it's a way of life. So your lifestyle now includes high protein and vegetables. You're not going to go back to McDonald's after. You're not going to decide to eat healthy and then decide to go back to McDonald's. Well, Allura, I know that you have limited choices for your stuff, but whenever possible, if you cannot buy a frozen food or prepackaged thing and instead make it yourself, you're going to get a much, much better benefit of your food. I know that's not always the case. Not everyone can do that, so... Because you're going to get a higher nutrition count. And you have a better control. If you make a piece of chicken, it's just a piece of chicken. There's no additives in it. And if you add some vegetables to it, you know exactly what's in it. And speaking of which, Allura right now is making fish chowder from scratch in a crock pot. Good job. Potatoes and onions. Good job. I encourage everybody to make as much food as possible from scratch by themselves. I like cooking. Not everyone likes cooking, so I know that's not an option for everyone. Because it requires the cooking, the shopping, the... Oh, wait, look. Sue says, I made avocado, spinach, pesto, and put on pasta and put it in chicken. Oh, yum! Avocado and spinach pesto on pasta and chicken. Very good. Hi, Winged Doggy. Yeah, we could see you, Winged Doggy. Oh, you were driving. Well, I was curious, Winged Doggy, if you knew why. Why did my YouTube just end? My YouTube is ended. I don't know why. Is it ended on you guys' side? Weird. All right, I have no idea. I don't know. Well, that's very weird. Yeah, on my YouTube, it's not me anymore. I have no idea. I have no idea. All right. I don't know what's going on. YouTube just changed the picture on its own. Is that Angie? How does that happen, though? It didn't happen on this one. Yeah, we see on YouTube, we see a Jonas brother. I have no idea. It's not on this one. So, I have no idea. All right. My YouTube has been hijacked by a picture of a Jonas brother. It's the power of Jonas! Yeah, it's probably Angie. But it's weird, Angie, because why is it only on YouTube? I have no control over it. It's not here. Why? It's so weird. I don't know. All right, well, that's okay. I am just about to sign off anyhow. It's already, 5:51. But I will be back tomorrow. I can't even change it on YouTube because there's no, like, I have the boxes here. There's no boxes on YouTube. Weird. All right, so I'm just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. David says I completely failed at motivating him. I have not had a clear train of thought today. We didn't talk about any single subject. It's true, Marcel, that is true, but in this time I didn't even touch it. It did it on its own without any contact from me. No. All right, I'm just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. Kisses for everybody, Laura Starr and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mina and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Creme and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and N1QOV and Red Stapler and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Sam and St. Clinton and Wing Doggy, make sure, and Bill Mouse and Scott Kimmis. Thank you for checking in. You guys are awesome. Kisses for everyone. I love you. Bye, Philip. Thank you, Philip. You rock. Bye. I love you all. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow.